Welcome into the Alabama Football Report. I am Tom Downey. A big batch of recruiting updates for you guys on today's show. We'll begin with the latest offer that was made to current Mississippi State recruit and commit tight end Jay Lindsey. 3-star outside the top 1,000, but yet another tight end. The Crimson Tide have offered. He's number 44, by the way, in the state of Alabama. Some visit updates for you guys. First up, one who arrived on Thursday. That is 5-star edge, number 4 edge rusher, number 4 from the state of Alabama. Jordan Ross took an unofficial visit on Thursday. That one had not been reported from what I'd seen until Bama Online for On3 mentioned it today. And then someone who did not show up for their visit, Justin Denson, who we talked about on yesterday's show, a recruit who had announced it and talked about his plans to go to Alabama on Thursday, didn't make it. Not sure why he didn't arrive. Maybe it was just something as simple as travel issues, whatever. But Denson did not show up to Alabama for his visit on Thursday. He has an offer from the Crimson Tide, but unless he makes a visit, I wouldn't really consider that much of a likelihood or even a viable commitment offer type of deal because, I mean, at the school, you're not going to commit there either way. We will have more Alabama football coverage for you right here on the channel, so make sure you guys are subscribed. Free videos all off-season and, of course, during the season. Make sure you don't miss out. Hit that sub button right now. Let's check in once again on the Elite 11 going on this week/weekend in Los Angeles. They're all very late events, so we'll check them in on the day after. Julian Sayin, the 5-star quarterback recruit, is participating at the Elite 11, and he won what they call their Pro Day event, where they do a bunch of more Pro Day-style throws on Thursday. It's another big performance for Sayin, who has fared quite well at the Elite 11 events. Maybe not necessarily number 1 each event, but kind of feels like top 3 every time they go about it. Here's how the Elite 11 camp scored the Pro Day event. Julian Sayin was number 1. Will Hammond from the Texas Tech commit was number 2. Notre Dame's commitment, CJ Carr, and Georgia's Dylan Raiola. Again, all these guys are still commits, not signed, but these guys don't often flip. Dylan Raiola, Carr were tied for 3rd. Trevor Jackson, uncommitted, was 5th, along with Daniel Kalen, who's committed to Nebraska, and Colorado commitment Danny O'Neal, with 4 others tied for 8th. And then here's what Charles Power of On3 wrote about Julian Sayin's performance. Quote, "It was a very strong session for Alabama commit Julian Sayin. We tried him was accurate on 17 of 20 passes. We think he would have been in contention for the highest score after a jump pass on a deep route, but overall, it was very strong. He caught fire towards the end, completing over 10 straight passes. He is naturally accurate with a great rhythm between his feet and arm." Every time we do a story on Julian Sayin, it's like, yeah, super accurate player. That continues to be the case. So how hyped are you about the pending 5-star 2024 commit Julian Sayin? It's going to be today's pinned comment. So if an ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there. Let me know how hyped you are. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. All right, another big official visits weekend for the Crimson Tide. We'll go one by one on these players, but you've got edge rusher Colin Simmons, a 5-star. 5-star Bama commitment Jalen Mbakwe. 5-star Georgia commit DeMarcus Riddick, along with 2 other Bama commits already, Jeremiah Beeman, Sterling Dixon. It's a heavy defensive unit this week. Keelan Adams, the 4-star receiver. 4-star tackle Weston Davis. 4-star athlete, likely a running back, Daniel Hill. 4-star corner, Jameer Grimsley. And then the only 3-star officially coming this weekend, Son Williams. I will make note, all of these are subject to change. Would not be the first time, will not be the last time that there is some adjustment on the official schedule for a variety of potential reasons. Let's break down these players then. Colin Simmons, the 5-star recruit. He's number 6 overall. He's the number 1 edge rusher. I'm looking down to make sure I get all these notes right. Long thought Texas, LSU, Bama, Oregon, Florida as the Big 5 in his mix plus A&M. Also taking a surprise to SMU this week. Before he goes to Alabama, he stopped at SMU. He's from Texas. That's one to keep an eye out for. All right, Jalen Mbakwe, who's done some recruiting to Alabama with other recruits. He wants them to go there. 5-star recruit, the number 1 athlete in the class, I'd say likely a cornerback from that perspective. He's from Clay Chalkville High School in Alabama. Number 2 in the state. Seems like he's a pretty firm commit. What Alabama would like to do today, or this weekend I should say, we'll see if it happens, is flip linebacker DeMarcus Riddick. He's a 5-star recruit. He's committed to Georgia, but he is still taking visits with Alabama and others, and I think a flip is possible here, although maybe asking a lot in the end. Number 3 linebacker, 29 overall, number 3 from the state of Alabama. So prediction time. And if you just want to be positive and speak into existence, that's fine too. Will Bama flip DeMarcus Riddick? Y for yes, N for no. Go ahead and get those predictions in the comment section. Let's move now to Jeremiah Beaman, who I will make note. I'll double check, make sure I have it right here. Big jump since the last time he committed, or I guess we talked about his commitment to Alabama. He was outside the top 100, and now in the top 65. Not a surprise there, right? Number 10 defensive lineman, number 6 from the state of Alabama. It's a heavy in-state visit this weekend, including another commitment to Alabama. That's Sterling Dixon, 4-star, number 177 overall, number 12 in the state. He's the number 14 edge rusher. So again, defense heavy and in-state heavy this weekend for the Crimson Tide. And we've got a deal for you guys. Alabama jerseys are on sale up to 25% off. Make it a custom jersey. Make it into a Jalen Milroe jersey, a Kool-Aid McKinstry jersey, or just your own last name, whatever it is. Or you can get one of some former players, Bryce Young, Derrick Henry, etc., etc. 25% off at chatsports.com/Alabama jersey. Link will be in the comments section and in the description of today's show. All right, some offensive names here. Keelan Adams, the 4-star receiver from Virginia, by the way, number 2 in the state of Virginia, only number 184 overall. He is set to commit later in July, so not going to commit this weekend. We would assume that commitment would stay the case, but a good chance to get him on board at Alabama. Maybe even do the old silent commit, then publicly announce later in July. Weston Davis, a 4-star tackle. Bama committed, are pushing hard to land more O-line help this cycle. He's from Texas, number 35 in the state, number 15 overall tackle, and number 187 overall for Davis. We've talked a lot about Daniel Hill. I would not be surprised if he commits this weekend since he clearly likes Alabama a lot. He's number 7 in the state of Mississippi. He's an athlete, number 15 overall athlete, but sounds like he'll be playing running back, and that's where Bama is recruiting him. Next up, second to last, I should say, but not second to least, Jameer Grimsley, the cornerback. From Florida, by the way, number 18 cornerback in this class. By the way, I forgot to mention this, as I do every show. All of these rankings you see are based on the 24/7 Sports composite rankings. So you'll see different numbers from 24/7, Rivals, On3, ESPN, they update their stuff. The composite's the one that we will always use here at the Alabama Football Report. Finally, Solomon Williams, a relatively new offer for Alabama. He's from Florida, 560 overall, so a little bit lower on the recruiting totem pole, but the Crimson Tide clearly have interest in him. All right, that is the end of today's video. I apologize for my voice sounding like I'm dying. I do not feel very well, but got to power through and do the videos anyway. If you made it to the end, thank you. We can show you some love if you type Roll Tide for all those who made it to the end of today's video. Go type Roll Tide for me in the comments.